Okay, I think so. Hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Hello. Hello, Miss Eleanor Sanctuary. How are you? Alewa. Come on in to this. Okay. I think I am on. Okay. Y'all can see me okay? I don't know what's my page showing on. But anyway, hi, everyone. Good evening. Hello, Miss 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. How are you? Hi, everybody. Lewa. If I look tired, I am. It's going to be a really, hello, Miss Avina. How are you? Real short. I don't think we're going to do an hour today. Because, y'all, if you're still expecting an email response from me, please give me till Friday. My brain is on cases have to go out. So we've got today's out, tomorrow, and then Thursday. They've got to go out because we've just got to do it. Thank you, Miss Ayesami. How do I get your number? Our number is 334-341-4475. That's a number. Hello, Miss Olu. How are you? Hi, everyone. Coming in. Happy Tuesday. Can you guys, like March, I'm telling you, when I tell you the month of March is literally, and pun intended, March is on pretty fast. Like today's March 26th. We just started March 1st like 2 days ago. Like what, this year's over. Before you know it, it's Christmas time. It's like, okay. But welcome in. This is Attorney Abdisola Adebola Olale Omobabasamu. Hello, Miss Olu. I can't wait for the day you send me the photo of that blue book. I'm just waiting. Have you applied? Just waiting, anxiously waiting. I actually thought of you today. And I was thinking in my head, like, I wish I could go to Nigeria because I know the next time you're going. Wagba. Then go take. Say, can you repeat? Yes, if you look on, you have. I'm waiting. Fingers crossed. If you look on the comments, Miss Ellen Sanctuary has been good. And thank you, Miss Abin. There you go. That's the number on the screen. 334-341-4475. Come on in, everyone. Say hello when you come in. We're doing good questions real quick tonight because I have 11 more cases that we have to send out this week before fees increase. So come on in. Let's start. Let's get started. This is we do this every Tuesday, every Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're in any other time zone, go figure it out. And can I just say, as we start, I just literally gotten, because I have not been following anything besides just reviewing and getting cases out and all. So just to driving home, I was listening to the news and everywhere on TikTok anyway. About Maryland. So our hearts go out to all those people who have loved ones who were involved. Praying that God gives them grace and comfort. It's just, life is just very short. Life is really, really short. Just maximize the time God has given us. Each and every day is a blessing. Once you get it, use it well. That's what we learn from now. Tell your friends you're coming in. And if you have friends that need to have questions, that they want to ask tonight, let them come in now. But anyway, if you need to contact our office, the number is 334-341-4475. Email is info@olalalawfirm.com. olalalawfirm.com. That's our website. Very, very easy to navigate, browse. You can contact us on that website, and you can call us. You can text us on WhatsApp. Once again, we do not take calls on WhatsApp. Everything is streamlined to our direct line. But you can chat with us on WhatsApp. The same number, 334-341-4475. All right, people, let's talk immigration. Come on in. Pull your questions in the comment section. I'm just going to take as many questions as we can for the next, give or take 30 minutes. And so, because, we get questions, tons of questions on social media, especially every day through WhatsApp, even our direct chat, text message line. So I take this opportunity to answer as many questions as possible, because if you contact us individually, you're going to be paying to answer your questions. There's just no way around that. So if you've got questions that you don't mind, being in a public forum, then that's fine. Put them in the comment section, and then we would try to get as much. Please share on social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. That will be very much appreciated. And all platforms is at Olale Immigration, or just put CC Lawyer. This face will come up. Because then like every other one is counted. Every other one is counterfeit. All right, so I will go ahead and get started. And we got about 51 cases this week. My brain is so. Again, if you're expecting an email from me, I usually have an email turnaround response time maximum 72 hours. It's not probably gonna happen this week because everything is on hold. Because we've got priority to do. Filing fees go up on April 1st. Anything can change between now and then. There's some people who actually filed a lawsuit against USCIS. I don't see that any court putting any injunction on them, because they have the backing of the federal government. So, and they haven't raised fees in a long time. They tried to do it, I think, during the Trump era, if I'm not mistaken, and that that went left. So that everything was a standstill. But they haven't raised their fees in a long time. The United States Postal Service has raised their fees. It is funded by filings that they get, unlike other government agencies. So I just don't see how that's not going to go through April 1st. So we're in rush mode, trying to get as many as we possibly can get out for a client. I don't know why this is freezing on. Anyway, okay. So put your questions in the comment section. We'll try to go around and answer as many questions as we possibly can. Hello, Mr. Taryn. How are you? Hello, Zatola. Miss Sabina, how are you? What was I thinking about you today? Not the email. I can't remember. I'm sure I will remember somehow. I can't remember. But y'all good. Everybody married, everybody good. Like, praying for those who have been affected, and praying for God's comfort for their families. It's just really a tragedy, but we just thank God for life, and every single moment, every single second literally is a blessing. But anyway, okay. So let me go on. So tonight let's do questions. That's what we're doing tonight. Let's do questions. I'm telling you, I'm blessed with the being in a small community where my office is. Everybody knows everybody. The drawback to that is everybody's in your business, but there's so many benefits. One of that being a post office. Everybody knows who I am, and they now being a smaller a post office, the truck comes in the morning, and they don't open till 9, but the truck comes in before 9. So I was, I called up my post mistress or master, and I said, hey, miss, I gotta get some packages. I know you haven't opened, but I got about what do we have to, like 18? I'm like, just help me out. They've got to go out today. And I want to give, most of the express mail, I think only 2 were priority mail, but give or take, it should be there tomorrow. God willing, knock on wood, but plus or minus 1 day, just because a lot of, and she was like, money would help you out and all that. So it's, when people do what they don't have to do for you, for me, I really appreciate that even much more. Okay. All righty. And if you're trying to still get your cases out, remember, filing fees go up on Monday, April 1st. It's not April Fool's. It's not April Fool's Day. It's going up for real. Well, Jenny, like y'all are going to be paying. So let's get those cases out. All righty. Let's see. So let's start. So we're doing questions tonight, Ekale. And so that's what I do. So I do get questions before we all start. We go around. So tonight, there's no topic we're talking about, but we're going to answer questions as many as I can tonight. Hello, Ms. Delia. How are you? Let's see. Again, it's not like I'm not seeing you. I am just not getting to the questions yet. So now we're starting. Okay. When VA is approved, disclaimer. So this is just general information, nothing specific, nothing specific to anybody's case. And then no, waiting through that. If it's helpful to your case, awesome. If you're not, if it confuses you even more, then schedule a paid consultation. But this is just general information, just so you're informed. And I think it helps quite a lot of people. I wouldn't believe so. So just so you know, when VA is approved, I make adjustments same time. How long to get a green card? Anything about how long something is going to take, let's save ourselves some time. The same resources that we have as attorneys, which is the USCIS.gov/processing times website, is where you need to go. Put in your priority date, and priority date means the date your case was received. It will tell you how long it's going to take for your case to be processed. So any questions about how long something's going to take, I'm not going to answer that. That's information you can get yourself. I want to do, hey, Miss Becky, I want to file CGs for my daughter. Do you know about that, please? I do, but I only limit my CGs now, which is special immigrant juvenile status for children who qualify. I only limit that to those who are in my state. Because you've got to get a court order from the juvenile court or equivalent of that in your state of residency, it became really, really tough for me because I found that I was having to reach out to a lot of attorneys and it was just slowing me down. And so in my state, in the state of Alabama, because I do family law and I do juvenile work, I'm able to get my dependency petitions filed without the help of anyone else. Because the first part of a CG's petition requires a state licensed attorney, then it's probably best for you to get someone who is licensed in your state and also does immigration law. If you get a family law attorney to file the petition in juvenile court and you get the state court order with the requirements that USCIS needs in that order, then you can give me that and we can start the CG's case. But because that comes first, I don't deal with that if you're not in my state. So I hope that helps to put things in perspective for you. What happens when your interview gets canceled after you've already done your interview? So I'm seeing a whole lot of that. 2 of my clients actually had that issue as well. For whatever reason, it's not making sense. One of those cases, they've now been rescheduled for yet another interview for a second time. So I can't really tell you why USCIS is doing or giving that update. And even actually, they will send you a notice to that effect because obviously you were at the interview. Other than the fact that they most likely, potentially, are going to schedule you for yet another interview. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. But, just wait and see what happens in your case. My interview was yesterday, and they told us they would get back to us in 2 weeks. Please, what does that mean? That they'll get back to you in 2 weeks. I got my 10 years green card in February 2024. I've been married for 5 years. Can I put in my citizenship? No. It's not how long you've been married. It's how long you've been a green card holder for. You either are a green card holder for 3 years and married to a citizen who has been a citizen for that amount of time, and you are still in marital union. If you're not a marital union or your spouse is not a citizen, then you've got to wait for 5 years. If someone was paroled at the border, can they adjust their status if you married a citizen? Generally, you should, as long as that parole is seen as a proper admission and inspection. I don't know anything about the background of your case, but generally, as long as you are deemed to have been admitted and inspected, that should be fine. And please don't repeat questions so that we can get through. I am a Parkinson disabled person. I want my I want someone from family in Pakistan. Any pos? I'm not sure what you're asking. What are you asking? Are you asking if someone you can file for the family to come take care of you? Is that what you're asking? Do you recommend filing mandamus lawsuit if necessary? Yes. I used to do it at some point. I stopped doing it because they were unknowingly denying cases that even were meritless denials, and then we had to deal with appeals. So I just stopped altogether. But I still refer people out to those who need this. So if your case, and that comes in if you've tried everything. You've done, EE requests, service requests, congressional assistance requests, ombudsman requests, demand letters to them, subsequent requests, and still nothing, then your only other option will be to file a lawsuit against them because that is a court order mandating them to take an action. But make sure you have explored all the other options or alternatives first before you do that. When USCIS says they're going to mail you an I-130 interview, is it just the petitioner or is it for both of you? It's going to be for both of you because that is about your good faith interview. And sometimes they could send you an interview notice under your I-485 receipt number, and they could send it under your I-130 receipt number. Either way, it's going to be both of you because it's a marriage-based case. If you're married for 1 month, then he started becoming abusive. Should you persevere in the relationship? No, because you've got an option to file a VAR case based on abuse. As long as your marriage was in good faith and there's no requirement of how long you should be married for, and you have suffered abuse, you can actually file your own green card process, start your own green card process on your own through the VAR petition, which is for abused spouses. My I-130 is approved, but I got I-824. Can I file new I-130? What do you mean you got I-824? If your I-130 has been approved, why are you filing a new I-130? And I-824 is for you to ask USCIS to transfer your case to the embassy based on whatever information or grounds you're asking for. So I'm not following. What is our office number? 334-341-4475. Okay. Can my spouse withdraw his or her I-130 petition if I already have my 2 years green card? No, there's nothing else to withdraw. What they can do is refuse to now file a joint petition with you when it's time to file your I-751. And at that point, if you've got evidence to show that it's been an abusive marriage, if you're divorced, if you've got evidence of extreme hardship, then you can petition on your own. But as far as an I-130, after you had a 2-year green card, no, there's nothing they can do at that point. They may send anything to immigration, but they have to wait until you file something before they have any standing again on your case. What's the pros and cons of B1 to F1? That's a very broad question. You have to specify what you want to know. How can I schedule an appointment? If you go on, Mr. Edwin, if you go on our website, olalayalawfirm.com, or send a text to 334-341-4475, either regular text or WhatsApp, or email us. But the easiest way is just going to websites. It's very straightforward. You click on the link, you take care of everything. That reminds me, somebody called our office again today. This is happening. This is the second time this year. So let me say this. There is nobody in my firm who is going to call anybody and ask you for your credit card information to set up a consultation with you. Please understand that if you're not calling 334-341-4475, then that's not my firm, number one. Number two, no one is going to, because that is my standing policy. Nobody is going to break that with they get fired. We're not going to ask you for your credit card information over the phone. If you're having issues even scheduling an appointment on your own, I usually would tell my receptionist or my assistant, tell them they've got to get someone to help them. I just do not take that risk. And even when you're retaining my services, I'm the only one who deals with any credit card information with clients because it is important that you're protected. So please, again, if you're calling and somebody's telling you to give them information, set up your credit card information for a consultation. It's not us. So money asks, it's like office. No, it's not. It's not. Just letting you know now. So the easiest way really is if you go on our website. That's just to be safe. Been dating him for 3 months. We waited 1 month ago, and it started being. Sit down with a lawyer and just figure out, especially if you've got a history with him. Sit down with a lawyer, and yeah. Miss Becky already answered your question, and I gave you a really detailed answer. So, how long does it take? Okay. I-130 takes 14 months, and I-824 takes 19 months. So I want to take. Okay, I'm trying to understand what you're asking. And the love, are you saying that you filed an I-130 for somebody? This is not you, but you are the petitioner. That has been approved, but somehow you're omitted letting them know whether the person is going to adjust in the country, or they have to forward the file to the NVC. And so you now have to file an I-824 for them to do that. And because you're saying it's going to take 19 months, you're looking at maybe you should start all over again with the I-130. Is that what you're asking me? I just want to be sure if that's what you're asking. F1 spouse, can partner change from B1 to F2, please? F1 spouse. So if you're the F1 spouse, why are you not on F2 already? But if you are in lawful status, you're able to change from one non-immigrant status like a B1 to another non-immigrant status like an F1, as long as you've got your supporting evidence to do that. I've filed for VAS since last year, January. I'm yet to get my working permits. Did you file a work authorization application? Z, I'm just going to call you Z, so I don't say your full name. Did you file a work authorization application? Let's see. Can I call you after this program? You can call my office. We have an answering service after, but you're not going to talk to me. If you want to discuss your case with me, you're going to have to set up a paid consultation. There's just no way around that. Or you can put your question in the comment section. My I-290B is over processing time. What's my rights now? I don't really know of anyone who has successfully filed affidavits against the AO. If your I-290B is pending with the AO, it's just, but generally they usually say it's 180 days. If I'm trying to get an appeal case or motion to reopen or an appeal, I just wait. I don't even fight it, because then you're asking them to reconsider the decision, and then you want to force them to make that decision earlier. It's probably not going to end well. So I just leave that alone. Okay, let's see. How long? Can someone switch from asylum to marriage-based adjustment status? That was actually what I wanted to talk about this evening. But I think we'll do that on Thursday when my brain is relaxed a little bit and I've got my cases out. So that would not, I wouldn't, because I am very OCD-ish. Maybe that's why I don't have a husband yet, or another husband yet. Because they're very select few who can deal with me. And then when it comes to my work, it is times 10. So God bless. Let me just shout out to all my paralegals, especially Isaiah. Every one of them, I'm grateful, but especially Isaiah. If he doesn't hit me this week, he will be fine. But it is, yeah, it's crazy. So it's just so you know that I was like, okay, do we talk about this tonight or do we just wait till Thursday? So let me just say briefly, it's not a case of switching. it's a case of you can do it simultaneously, and we'll talk more about that on Thursday. I hope I remember, because hopefully I remember that's what I want to talk about, but we'll see. But you don't have to switch. You're not choosing one over the other. They can actually they're mutually exclusive, so they can run on their own. Okay. After the 601A waiver is approved, what happens next? Then you get scheduled for an interview, and then you travel to the consulate and embassy that you have to attend your interview at with your approved I-601A. That's what's going to happen next. So that's what you've been waiting for. I already filed I-824. Can I apply another I-130 on top of that? So you can, but why would you want to do that when you already have that I-130 that was approved? You're probably going to be waiting. I mean, you can, and if you want to do that, you don't have to pull the I-824. You can do that, and remember to indicate that the person is going to be applying for a visa, immigrant visa at the embassy or consulate, or just wait. Even if it's saying 19 months, I've had H24 is approved in as little as 2 months to about 10 months. It just depends on where it is sent to be processed. But you can. Nothing stops you from doing that. I am in the US. My sister, who is a US citizen, filed I-130. It's been approved. Just filed I-485 processing time. USCIS.gov/processing time. Okay. Oh, Miss Becky said you got to call it. Nutshell, I'll just say I don't do it unless I do it, but if you're not in the state of Alabama, I won't take on the case unless you have the predicate order, meaning the juvenile court order already from your state, then I can take it up from there. How do you set up a consultation? So that's what we've said earlier. And if you go on our website, olalayalawfirm.com, that's the fastest way. Or you can send a text. Lydia is usually on, but she takes, got a system. But you can also send a message on WhatsApp, a text message, or directly to the office line, and she will respond to you either tonight or tomorrow. Let's see, 901. Okay. I'm going to switch over to, because like I said, I gotta get off. Okay, let's see. Hello, Miss Giwa. How are you? I got my VAT approved five. Got got approved my VAR case. Congratulations. Went to my I-485 interview 5 months ago, so I didn't get any results on my case. What I have to do now, wait. If it's once you hit like 180 days, you can make an inquiry. I usually recommend doing a congressional assistance request, but there's quite a lot of people waiting, or and the thing is, you have to understand. I always tell people that the fact that you file a VAR case does not mean that if you've got issues in your previous, especially if you had a previous case that you filed, if there were some kind of concerns or reason for USCIS to doubt that was a real marriage and you're not filed a VAR case, even if you've got the approved VAR petition, it doesn't mean they still would not delve into your admissibility part of it, which is what I-485 is about. And now it's not like they're going to relitigate VAR petition. It's just that if they feel that the Vermont Service Center approved your case in error, they may recommend a revocation. I'm not saying that's happened, but there's a whole lot. Or they may be doing additional investigation. There's a whole lot that can be the reason why your case was not approved. I've had interviews where there's a client who was interviewed back in October, and they brought up the issue of submitting a fraudulent lease agreement. And so we're still waiting on them to make a decision on that. And I've told the clients, do a congressional assistance request. If all else fails, then you're going to have to sue them at the end. It just depends on how long you've been waiting for. Hello, Mr. Miss George. I don't know. Listen, how are you? Um, I found available by previous application with my abuser was denied. Hence, my work authorization wasn't renewed. What do I do? If you have a valid petition that's pending, then file an I-45 so you can get your work. You can file a C9 work permits based on that. I contacted Congress to help inquire about my case, and U.S. has responded that my case is currently under extended review. Interviewed in 2021. What does extended review mean? It just is some kind of BS excuse that they do. So in your case, if you've been waiting for 3 years, then it's time for you to file a lawsuit against them. Don't be afraid to file a lawsuit. I don't do it anymore because I just don't like to get into my house. Like it just messes up my whole day. And I was just aggravated all the time. So I have enough gray hair. I didn't want more. But I think it may be time for you to file a lawsuit. Hello, Miss Sabina. I remember. I think I would try. Let's see. You filed a VAT in 2021. So why didn't you file a green card application with that as well? So that you can file a work permit. Why didn't you do that? Because that's how you can work while your VAT is suspending. Keeping in mind that VAT, and I always remind people, especially when I do consult people, I was like, hey, listen, we're going to be waiting on this VAT case for 3 years. Emani most often you. And he asked his lawyer, I would put that. No. See, we talked about this 2 years ago. So I don't need, like I already deal with a whole lot. I say, okay, the VAT is going to be so bad. Why are we complaining 2 years in? It's going to take that long. If you have an I-130 that your spouse had filed for you, the law is they're supposed to apply that to your VAT case. I'm seeing a lot of pushback from USCIs. And, and especially in the emails when I send the email like, hey, y'all are supposed to do this. And they go, we would apply it when it's finally adjudicated. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of what the statute says, that you should apply it so that it's faster. But you can't force them. As we already know, you can't force them to do nothing. And so it's just going to take a while. My attorney said it's not applicable. What's not applicable? Is your abusive spouse a citizen? My parents recently filed a U visa application. I don't do U visas anymore, so I can answer your question on that. Okay. You may want to get a second opinion. Like I always tell people, I can be your second opinion. That could be your first and get a. Listen, my ego is not bruised. Like it doesn't matter to me. But because what it's important is you need to have the information that you need for yourself. So get a second opinion and see what you need to file. But filing a VAT case since 2021 and they're telling you that you can't file a work permit, it's not adding up to me. Okay, let's see. Ashley was telling you something. It is flying by. It's going to be April. Let's see. Okay, so tell all your friends. Are you serious, Miss Abena? You were literally on that bridge on Sunday evening. I pray God continues to guide each and every one of us. I pray God gives us strength. I don't know, just praying for strength and comfort that the Holy Spirit alone can give to the families of those people. Okay, that's fine. I just can't imagine. And I was watching the video. It's hard to watch, and the cars they actually were going before, as it was moving closer and before. That's why one of the things I read, what a part of the Bible that I read this morning was, the verse, 1,000 would fall at your side, 10,000 by your right side. Only with your eyes will you behold the reward of the wicked. In the sense of, my point is, we go each day and we cover ourselves with the blood of Jesus and pray and that he, hello, Miss Tina, that he covers us and our family and our loved ones, pleading the blood. Yeah, and there's no day that my kids leave this home that I don't put the sign of the cross on them and pray over them and anoint them. My kids should be smelling of anointing oil. I'm telling you, I'm sure. My kid, my freshman in college, if it's because as soon as I speak custody with their dad, whenever he's at his with his dad, um, whatever weekend, and call his dad like, hey, should you got me fee anointing oil? Like, yeah, just that's at but you just never know the battles that God fights on our behalf each and every day. No one is promised tomorrow, and we thank God for for watching over you, Miss Sabine, because and that's good to know. Okay, let's see. Thank God for life. Yes, yes, rejoicing with you, because the number of your days, God, He shall make you fulfill it. Let's see. Okay, so what email do you use to ask for an expedite? You can find that email. It's a Hotmail email, but the thing is, if you're not an attorney, they will not respond to you. So that's one of the advantages of having a lawyer in your case. If you're not a lawyer, they will not respond to you, even if you have a bad case with them, because it's specifically dedicated to attorneys for attorneys for petitioners who have attorneys on their case to communicate with the Vermont Service Center. But it's hotline something. If you go online, you will find it. Do you handle employment-based petition with someone already in the U.S.? Yes, we do. Okay, so unfortunately, y'all, I'm going to have to cut this short. I know there are a lot of questions back and forth. I will try. Thursday, I'm going to be more settled. I just have so much in my mind right now. And if I show you my floor in my home office, it is all about immigration case. I've got a case, a lady with 4 kids and 3 kids, and it's over 500 pages that I have to review tonight. So I'm sorry, I have to cut it short. I will see if we can get early. If we're going to come in earlier on Thursday, then I will now have my girl put up a post just so everybody knows. But we're gonna have to do the rest of the questions, and I can see a whole lot of questions on Instagram. But I am so sorry. We're gonna have to do this on Thursday, so bear with me. As you understand, if you're one of the clients who want to not have to pay almost double your fees, almost triple your fees, I should say, if you don't have to. So, but once again, let us keep those in Maryland in our prayers, and every one of us just remember that this moment is what we have. This moment, the instant moment we're here, is what we have. We're not promised tomorrow. Nobody knows what's going to happen the next hour. The point being, just be grateful for the time that God gives you. Every second is a blessing. Every second is a gift. So let's make the best use of that and just be grateful that God has given us the opportunity to wake up each day. Nobody has a right to say they have to leave the specific amount of time. No, it is grace. It is grace. It is grace from morning to evening. It is grace. And I pray God's grace will continue to guide and protect us. I will see you guys on Thursday. Bye, everybody.